you. I helped moderate with one of the Agneses, there were two in our room, the volunteer contributions to habitat and species management. And I want to just start with saying thank you to the 4 brilliant presentations from Tiago, Laura, Ignace, and the final group of 2 Agneses, Diana and Aya. I hope I got that right, or maybe not, who took us on a whistle-stop tour around projects from Portugal, Spain, Lithuania, and finally Latvia. That was the 2 Agneses group. And I encourage you, they were recorded, and the presentations will be available, so I do encourage you to go and have a listen and find out for yourselves, because I'm not going to be able to do any kind of justice to what we found out. What we did hear about, though, is how and where volunteers are having a positive impact on nature and species in these countries. From seabirds affected by light pollution in Madeira, removal of invasive pampas grass, and I can't say it in Spanish, and the restoration of their habitats throughout the Atlantic arc across Spain, Portugal, and France, through to some innovative digital promotion tools in Lithuania. And Spanish slugs came up again. That's my theme of the last 2 days in Latvia. Spanish slugs, from comedy nights last night where he was told as a joke, to nearly every presentation has talked to me about Spanish slugs today. I'm going to go home and Google them. Like 50 kilos of slugs taken at night from wherever they live is amazing. And also some really brilliant partnership with the US military and some corporates here in Latvia itself. There were some clear themes that were discussed, and all showcase some really positive people-powered solutions. It's clear to me, which is no surprise really, bearing in mind my job, that volunteering, people involvement is a very important part of the jigsaw that we need to build to protect and restore nature across all our work. As organisations, we need to be able to show the value of this, calculate the financial impact of the time donated. And Ingas from Lithuania has put a price on that himself that he uses as part of his organisation. Digital advances, and oh my gosh, I'm tired now, can you tell? I'm speaking my first language. Digital advances and technology can be part of the solution. How do we work with tech to enhance the people impact or showcase volunteering impact through dashboards? And finally, how do we use tech to promote and market our volunteering opportunities? Social media has got some really positive tools that we can use to our advantage. And I just want to say, check out the Lithuanian life project Naturalite, who have developed a great interactive map that I'm definitely going to go away and steal with pride, where if you click on it, it shows what volunteers they need, where they need them, what the time commitment is, what you'll be doing. A really great way, in my opinion, to recruit volunteers to causes around Lithuania. Laura showcased an app to report the sightings of the invasive pampas grass. Again, great use of both citizen science and an education tool. So if you're out walking, hiking, doing other activities not necessarily to do with nature, you can download that app and report pampas grass, and somebody whizzes in like a superhero to help remove it and then restore and plant native species. Working with partners, stakeholders and communities is vital. LatViaNature are working with US Army personnel who are stationed here to help with river cleans and being really proactive to promote volunteering days to corporates who need to spend their CSR, corporate social responsibility days. It's really beneficial. And we had great feedback from somebody else in the room around that who didn't want to do any more forced fun as a corporate, so no more team building days full of games, party games. I like them to go in on like a holiday in Ibiza. Actually, they wanted to do something with their team building days that had an impact, and I think that's really important, and we can definitely capitalise on the rise. You could call it greenwashing, but I think it's got a really important part to play in how corporates act responsibly. 2 more points, I promise. Volunteering helps improve education. All the projects included an element of upskilling, and this has a ripple effect to wider communities through word of mouth about the work, the reason and the impact. Laura really spoke about, they don't talk about removal of invasive species, particularly because people like pampas grass. I didn't realise it was invasive, looks really pretty. What they talk about is what they're putting back in its place and what they're restoring, so really educating the communities in that Atlantic arc. This is all about impact. Tell people why you need their help, what they've achieved, and if possible, clearly identify the before and after. So that was a really clear theme. My final point, I promise. Volunteering projects have the opportunity to be innovative. This is the world's our oyster. We're not so constrained by employment and where people are. You can get people from anywhere. We're not restrained by being in a place. Let's use technology to help us. We've got the opportunity to be innovative around inclusivity as well, so we don't have to go just for the likely suspects who would volunteered in the past. Let's think about people with disabilities, special education needs, people of colour, people from faith groups. We can absolutely be as inclusive as we can through volunteering. And finally, we can achieve on scale. And actually, what I heard this afternoon in those sessions was that this is happening, and this is our time to continue to build that movement for nature. That is us. I don't know if anybody from my group wanted to add, so I hope I did you justice for that 2 hours, but if anybody else wants to add anything, please do.